The children that love the adult today do not abandon their love when they become adults themselves. Welcome to chapter 79 of the Holy Quran. It is named An-Nazirat. An-Nazirat, uh, or those who tear out. An-Nazirat, those who tear out. Who are they? Angels. They are angels. Let's. Uh, yes, there is a very short introduction. Let's go there first. This is also an early Makan surah of about the same date as the last, and deals with the theme of judgment from the point of view of pride and its fall. Full stop. The parable of Pharaoh occupies a central place in the argument. Colon. For he said, I am your Lord most high. And this in double inverted commas. I am your Lord most high, comma, and perished with his followers. Let's go to the chapter proper. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim on the Arabic side. Then on the English side, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Or I would say in the name of God, the most gracious, most merciful. Sign 1, and this is section 1, sign 1 of section 1. Uh, An-Nazi'ati Garkan. An-Nazi'ati Garkan. By the who tear out. By the angels, in brackets, by the angels who tear out. And the angels here are An-Nazi'ati or An-Nazi'atu. 5916 is the note, 5916. The beginning of this surah may be compared with the beginning of Surah LXXVII. That's 77. Mm. Full stop. A translator's task in such passages is extremely difficult indeed. Indeed. Mm. I've alluded to that fact a number of times. Mm. Uh, he has to contend, comma, again and again, comma, with verities. Again and again with verities of a realm beyond man's normal range of experience in expressed in elliptical language, and he has to render them in another language with words of precision, in with precision, intelligible to readers. Full stop. It's therefore necessary for him to put in part of the commentary in the translation in such cases. In the translation in such cases. Paragraph. The evidence of the things is here. No. The evidence of 5 things is here invoked in verses 1 to 5, comma, in order to lead to the conclusion in verse 6 and those following, full stop, or, comma, if we treat verses 3 to 5 as 3 stages of the same thing, there are 3 things to be considered in 5 stages. Full stop. What are they? And what is the conclusion? 2 question marks each. 2 question marks. What are the question mark? And what is the conclusion? Question mark. See the following notes. Of course, we are going there. Oh yeah, there are 2 notes there, not one. So 5917 is the second note to sign 1. 5917. There is much difference of opinion among the commentators as to the 5 things or beings mentioned in these verses. Full stop. I follow the general opinion in my interpretation, comma, which is that angels are referred to as the agency which in their dealings with mankind show clearly God's justice, power, and mercy, which again point to the judgment to come as a certainty which none can evade. Full stop. The first point referred to in this verse is that the souls of the wicked are loath to part with their material body at death, comma, but their will not count. The pattern does not depend on their will. And the pattern and the manner on which the soul parts is not what they will. But their will not count. Full stop. Their souls will be rushed. Their souls will be rushed out into another world. Full stop. Who will then deny resurrection and judgment? Question mark. Let's go to the next sign, sign 2. Uh, Wanashitati Nashtan. Wanashitati Nashtan. By those who gently draw out the souls of the blessed. So the Quran always goes in pairs, up, down, left, right, uh, in, out, and whatnot, male, female. So in verse 1, we have an the art to draw out wickedly, and then anashitati to draw out gently, by the souls of the blessed. In the first place, the souls of the wicked ones. Okay, 5918 is the note. 5918. The second point, oh my God. The second point is that in contrast with the wicked, the souls of the blessed will be drawn out gently to their new life. Full stop. They will be ready for it. In fact, death for them will be a release from the grosser incidents of bodily sense. Full stop. To them, the approach of judgment will be welcome. We can see it in this world. People die gently, others die painfully, very, very, very painfully. May God let us be among those who die gently. This is a very important prayer. You think it's a joke? It's not a joke. Okay, that's no 5918. To sign 2. Let's go to sign 3. Wasabihati Sabhan. Wasabihati Sabhan. And by those who glide along, mm, along Sabhan. Sabihati, those who glide. Wasabihati Sabhan. And those who glide along, in brackets, on errands of mercy, 5919. At all times there are errands of mercy and blessings, and errands of justice, which the angels are prompt to execute by order of God. There are three features of this, thus given the third, fourth, and fifth points. Then 3, their movement is compared to that of gliding or swimming, in brackets, sabhan, gliding or swimming, brackets close, full stop. In chapter 21, Psalm 33, this verb is applied to the motion of the celestial bodies, colon. They all swim along, each in its rounded course, and this inverted in double inverted commas. Swim along, comma, each in its rounded course is in double inverted commas, full stop. Compare Shakespeare, comma, Merchant of Venice in italics, colon, then double inverted commas follows. There is not an orb which thou beholdest. There is not an orb which thou beholdest, comma, but in his motions, but in his motions, but in his motion, like an angel sings, comma, still querying to the young-eyed cherubims, young-eyed hyphenated, to the young-eyed cherubims. Then double inverted commas ends. Then four. Then we have point four. Mm. In hurrying on their errands, the angels press forth as in a race. Then five. And thus they promptly execute the orders of their Lord. That's note 5919 to sign 3. Let's go to sign 4 without a note. Uh, Wasabikati Sabkan. Wasabikati Sabkan. Then press forward as in a race. Then press forward like in a race. Sabikati Sabkan. Sabkan like in a race. Sign 5, no note there either. Uh, fal falmudabirati amran, falmudabirati amran. Then arrange to do, then arrange to do. Then arrange to do, in brackets, the commands of their Lord. Walmudabirati amran. Amran to do, arrange, mudabirati. Fa al mudabirati, then arrange. Amran to do. No notes, then it runs into sign 6. Yoma tarjifu arrajifatu. Yoma tarjifu arraji arrajifatu. No, it's not arrajifatu, it's arrajifatu. Yoma tarjifu arrajifatu. The day everything that can be in commotion will be in violent commotion. Falyoma tarjifu will be in violent commotion. Arajifati. That can be in commotion. Arajifati. That can be in commotion. Tarjifu will be in violent commotion. Sign 5920. 5920. The evidence of the wonderful working of the angels having been invoked in the first 5 verses, the conclusion is now drawn and stated, full stop. It is certain that one great day, the whole world, as we now see it in our lower life, will be in the violent revolution, full stop. It will be like an earthquake, destroying all marks, destroying all landmarks are finite, full stop. But that will affect only things subject to change. That will affect only things subject to change. Colon. They will suffer violent convulsions as a preliminary, as a preliminary, as a preliminary to their disappearance. Full stop. But God and the divine order will not change. Colon. His face in double inverted commas, God's face, his face abideth forever, full of majesty, bounty, and honor. In brackets, chapter 55, sign 27. I think 55 is Araman. Sign 27. Pardon me if I'm not right. Let's go to the next sign, which is sign 7. Uh, tadba, tadba'uha, tadba'uha ara difatu. Tadba'uha ara difatu. Followed by oft repeated in brackets commotions, followed by oft repeated commotions in brackets. That is batuha followed by followed by aradifati. Aradifati, pardon me, aradifati. Oft repeated commotions. Note sign 5921. 5921. The commotion will be repeated again and again in the transitory world, uh, to make way for the new world that will then come into being. Let's go to the next sign, which is sign 8. Kulubu yoma izin wajifatu. Kulubun yoma izin wajifatun. Hearts that day, kulubun hearts that day, yoma izin will be in agitation. Wajifatun. 5922. All hearts will be in agitation, colon, those of the blessed ones to see the beginning of the fulfillment of their Lord's promise, semicolon. Those of the rejectors of God for fear of his just judgment. So whether sinners or righteous, all their hearts will be agitated that day. No one will left out. Let's go to the next sign, sign 9. Absaruha, Absaruha Hashi'atun. Absaruha Hashi'atun. Cast down will be eyes. Cast down will be eyes. We have brackets there. Cast down will be their owner's eyes. Owner's with apostrophe at the end of S. Owner's eyes. Absaruha, that is eyes. Cast down will be Absaruha Hashifatun will be cast down. Hashifatun, cast down. And somebody like me would have said fear will be fearful. But here our honorable commentator says it is Hashifatun will be cast down. Note 5923. Similarly, all eyes will be cast down, colon, those of the blessed ones in humble modesty, and those of the rejectors of God in utter humiliation, sorrow, and shame for their arrogance and insolence in their probationary life. So you see that the blessed ones, even on earth, are always humble. They cast down their eyes already, so they continue to the hereafter. But the arrogant ones who don't cast down their eyes, who are not humble in this probationary life, will do that compulsory by force on Judgment Day. So there are two different kinds of casting down eyes. And that's note 5923. to sign 9. Let's go to sign 10. Uh, Yakuluna. Ina ina lamarduduna. Ina lamarduduna fil hafiratin. Hmm? They say, in brackets, this now, they say now, what? Hmm? Shall we indeed be returned to former state, or to our former state, our in brackets? Hmm? They say now, what? Shall we indeed be returned to our former state? Question mark. Ekuluna. Ina lamarduduna. Hmm? Lamarduduna. Lamarduduna returned. Returned. Fi al ha firat fil firatin, that in our former state. mm, Ina is what? What shall we indeed? Ina, what shall we indeed return? Be returned to our former state? Question mark. Note 95924. 5924. The unbelievers see now in their arrogance, insolence, and mocking defiance, colon. Surely, this in double inverted commas following. Surely, death here is the end of all things! Exclamation mark. When we are dead and buried, and our bones are rotten, comma, how can we be restored again? Question mark. Double inverted commas close. Mm. They add, comma, and then double inverted commas again comes. They add, comma, if that verse so, no, if that were so, pardon me, if that were so, comma, then we should indeed be in a turn of, we should indeed be in a turn of dreadful luck. That's when if they are brought back to life, they should be in luck. They should be in dreadful luck. Exclamation mark. Instead of gaining by the resurrection, we should be in terrible loss with our rotten bones. And this in double inverted commas. With our rotten bones is in double inverted commas. Then, and it's in brackets, pardon me. With our rotten bones is in brackets, then exclamation mark, and then double inverted commas closes. Mm. It begins with if that were so. Mm. Okay. Uh, they mean this in biting mockery. They mean this in biting mockery, but there will indeed be an account taken, comma, and they will indeed be in a terrible loss, comma, for they will go to perdition. Exclamation mark. Let's go to the next sign, which is sign 11. Signs 11 and 12 have no notes. Pardon me. Signs 11 and 12 have no notes. And all of sign 11 is in double inverted commas. What? When we shall have become rotten bones? Question mark in double inverted commas. Is our kuna, is our man, nahiratun, is our man, bones, nahiratun, rotten? Is our kuna, when we are, mm, when we shall have become, ina, kunna, is our kunna, is our kunna. What? When we shall have become kunna. Rotten bones, no notes. So let's go to sign 12. Kalu tilka iza karratun hashiratun. Kalu tilka idan. Kalu tilka idan karatun hasiratun. They say Kalu, it would. Idan, tilka idan, it would. In that case, tilka idan be a return with loss. Kiratun, return. Ha siratun, with loss. Kiratun, 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 loss. Ha siratun. No, kiratun, return. Ha siratun, loss. Pardon me. Now we go to sign 13 with a note. فإنما هي زجرة فإنما هي زجرة واحدة فإنما هي زجرة واحدة. But verily, فإنما but verily إنما, it will be here it will be but a single cry, compelling in brackets, single and compelling cry. That is zajiratun, cry, wahidatun, single. 5925 is the note. Judgment will be in judgment will be insegregated with a single compelling cry. Insegregated is spelled Insuguratted. Insegregated with a single compelling cry. Full stop. Compare chapter 37, sign 19. Full stop. See also chapter 36, sign 29, signs 29 and 49, comma, where a single mightily blast seems to refer to the sinners being cut off in this life and plunged into the other world where they will be further judged, comma, and 36, 36, sign 53, comma, where the final judgment is referred to. And that's note 5925 to sign 13. Let's go to sign 14 with one note. فَإِذَا بِالسَّاهِرَةُ فَإِذَا بِالسَّاهِرَةُ فَإِذَا when, behold, mm, they will be brought, they will be brought out to open. Sahiratin, Bisahiratin, to open. 5926 is the note. 5926. They will have been more or less dormant before the great judgment, comma, as contrasted with the lesser judgment. In brackets, note 5914 to sign LXX VIII. I think that's 78. As a comma, sign fourth note, to chapter 78, chapter 78, sign 40, and note 5822 to sign 75 LXXV, chapter 75 LXSV, sign 22. Full stop. When the resurrection comes, they will come fully into the new world, comma, the old heaven and earth having been completely passed away, comma, not only for them, but absolutely. Full stop. And that's note 5926 to sign 14. Let's go to sign 15. Hal ataka hadith Musa, has the story hadith of Musa reached the attacker. Reach the car, the attack, reach the mm, question mark 5927. 5927. This is just a reference to the story of Moses, told more fully in Surah 20, Signs 9 to 76. The lessons drawn are colon 1. That even to an arrogant blasphemer and rebel against God's law like Pharaoh, God's grace was offered through a major prophet Moses. Semicolon. Two, that this rejection his signal brought about his signal downfall, even in this world. Semicolon. And three, that his humiliation and punishment will be completed in the hereafter at judgment. That's note 5927 to sign to sign 15. Let's go to sign 16 with one note. Is nadahu rabuhu bilwadi al mukaddisu bilwadi al mukaddisu tua is nadahu rabuhu bilwadi al mukaddisu tua, referring to Moses. Behold, thy Lord did call to him in the sacred valley of Tua, Wadi Kudusu, sacred, Wadi Valley, Tua is the mount. Nadahu called, did call him, is behold. The note to read is 5928. 5928. Compare chapter 22, sign 12. Let's go to the next sign, which is sign 17. Ishab ila Fir'auna innahu taga. Ishab ila Fir'auna innahu taga. Go to Pharaoh, for he has transgressed boundaries. Ishab, go ila Fir'auna to Tago. I say to Pharaoh. Okay, let me read. Go thou to Pharaoh, for he has indeed transgressed all bounds. The note to read is 5929. 5929. We're asked to compare chapter 20, sign 24. Let's go to the next sign, which is sign 18, without a note. And say to him, wouldst thou that thou should be purified, into brackets, from sin? No, this is what Pharaoh is supposed to tell. Moses is supposed to tell Pharaoh. Fakul hal laka ila an tazka. Hal laka kul hal laka ila an tazaka, not tazka, ila an tazaka, purified. And say to him, fakul, and say to him, would thou that thou shouldest be purified, into brackets, from sin, ila and taska, purified from sin. Let's go to 19. No note to read. 19 with one note. Wa ihdaka ila rabika fatahsha. Wa no wa ahdiyaka, pardon me, wa ahdiyaka ila rabika fatahsha, wa ahdiyaka ila rabika fatahsha. And that I got thee to thy Lord, ila rabika, to thy Lord, ahdiyaka, I got thee, fatahsha, should fear him. So thou should fear him. So thou should fear him. offer is so, thou should fear him. Fatasha. The note is 5930. 5930. Even for such a one as Pharaoh, intoxicated with his own power and greatness, guidance and grace were offered through Moses. That's how merciful God is. Mm. He didn't see it as mercy, he saw it as confrontation, rather. Mm. And that's note 5930 to sign 90. Let's go to sign 20. Mm. Uh, فأراه الآية الكبرى فأراه الآية الكبرى then did then did show him the great sign. Kubra, Ayata Kubra, great sign. Mm. Uh, we have Moses there in brackets. Then did Moses in brackets show him the great sign. Mm. Show him Arahu Ayata sign Kubra great. 5931 is the note. 5931. What was the great sign? Question mark. Some commentators understand it by white shining hand, and that's in double inverted commas. See note 25502, chapter 20 and 22 to 23, full stop. Others think it was the miracle of the rod that became a snake active in motion. In double inverted commas, snake active in motion is in double inverted commas, full stop. See 22 sign 20, see chapter 22 sign 20 note 2549, full stop. These were among the greater signs, semicolon. Chapter 22, Psalm 23, full stop. In chapter 17, Psalm 101, there is a reference to 9 clear signs given to Moses, comma, and these are specified in detail in note 1091 to chapter 7, Psalm 133, full stop. The fact is, there are many signs given openly, self-explained, given, mm, comma, openly self-explained in the is hyphenated, and the whole thing. These 3 words are in double inverted commas. Openly self-explained is in double inverted commas. Then comma. But Pharaoh and his men were steeped in arrogance, where it began with double inverted commas. Were steeped in arrogance, comma, dash, a people given to sin, double inverted commas closes, brackets, 7133, full stop. The preeminently great sign was therefore the fact of Moses being sent to Pharaoh, comma, which subsequently converted the magicians and the more learned Egyptians to the true God. Chapter 22, Psalms 70 to 73, in brackets, comma, though Pharaoh and his chiefs resisted and suffered for their sins. And that's note 5931 to sign 31. Let's go to sign 30. I think 4 signs without any notes. Uh, yeah, no. Yeah, 4 signs without any note.